Welcome to Psychology's TV. I'm Polly Downes, Barefoot Coach and creator of the How to Have More Honest Relationships coaching program. In this short coaching video, you'll learn how to maintain honesty in your life. This is week 4 of my coaching program, and you can access the other 3 videos by subscribing to Psychology's magazine to access the full course, which includes weekly journal workbooks for more in-depth coaching. You can subscribe via the link in this video's caption, and if you're already a subscriber, head to the Life Leap Club page on the Psychology's website and register or sign in there. This week's focus is on maintaining honesty in your whole life. Living your life as your authentic self, being true to your values and your own needs is a wonderful goal, but it can take time, sometimes many years of therapy or coaching. Throughout our lives, we learn that not being honest can be helpful. For example, not wanting to hurt people's feelings, not wanting to rock the boat. This doesn't mean we have to be unkind or rude, but the more honest we are with ourselves, the better chance we have of living a happy and full life. I don't suggest making radical changes in your life immediately, but start by taking baby steps towards honesty and trying out conversations with more honesty. The more positive and honest experiences you have, the more you can build your confidence and assertiveness. Start to really notice where you're not being honest and ask yourself why not. What are the barriers for you to being honest? It's also useful to look at where you're making assumptions. You may not ask for a pay rise at work because you assume there is no budget, but what if there is extra budget and you just get overlooked? You may assume your partner wouldn't want you to go away for the weekend without them because they'd be left alone with your kids. But the reality may be that your partner would love a weekend alone with the kids but hasn't mentioned it to you because they assumed it might hurt your feelings. Assumptions can be really detrimental and they don't fit in well with honesty. Awareness is the first step to living an honest life. Becoming aware of the areas where you aren't honest will really help you to see what's preventing you from being honest. Identifying these barriers will allow you to find ways to break them down. For example, if you notice that you find saying no difficult, you can practice different ways of doing it. You can also consider why it's difficult for you. Is it because you were encouraged to always agree as a child? Or is it because you're afraid of having arguments? It's also really important to be courageous in your honesty. Most of the time, a reluctance to be honest is linked to some kind of fear of the consequence. As I've already mentioned, the fear is often an exaggerated worst-case scenario, and the reality is far more of a relief. Dare yourself to be honest a little more often. Once you get in the habit, it becomes easier and easier. When you consider the last 3 weeks, where did you feel most comfortable being honest? Was it in your relationship with yourself and your own thoughts? Maybe in your personal relationships? Or do you find your work relationships the easiest place to be honest? It's really interesting to consider where you feel more comfortable and how you can perhaps use this confidence in your other relationships. The last 3 weeks will have given you a better sense of the honest version of you, what your true needs are, and what energizes you. As I said earlier, being honest takes courage, and if you're really out of practice, it can feel clumsy and awkward, a bit like learning a whole new language. Be patient with yourself, but keep noticing and giving yourself a little push. Push yourself a tiny bit each day to be more honest. It will make for a much more fulfilling and authentic life.